Hey, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to walk you through very important concepts of the SQL, and this can be very useful if you are preparing for the interview or learning the SQL. So even if you know the SQL or you are preparing for interview, I would encourage you to watch this entire video till the end so that you will get very good understanding of the SQL, like how you can use it for your day-to-day purpose, or if you know how to develop any specific logic in SQL, definitely that will help you to develop the logics as well. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's get started on the tutorial. So we will start with absolute basics. Like I would assume like you know the basic theoretical concept of the SQL. So I would start with how to retrieve the relevant data using the select statement. Like I'll start with the select statement, like how to use the select statement basically. So if you see on my database, I have the employee database, and in the employee I have multiple tables like department with employee details, department manager, employee salaries and title. So I will first call out one table, like I will select star from departments. So if I do this, what will happen, it will basically run the query and look for the departments table. I'll quickly see if this is the same. Okay, alright, if I run this particular query, I'm getting error, and I'll quickly see what the error is about. From, I had missed the from keyword. So basic syntax of select is select star. Star refers to the all columns associated with the specific table that we are going to call after the from clause. So if I run this query like this, I get the output over here. So if you see the output, this table contains only two columns, like department number and department name. And in the department number I have the list of department numbers, in the department name I have the department names, like this. So let's run the same query for the employees table. So I'll do select star from the employee like this, and if I run this query, I see the employee table right over here. So this is one way to use the select statement. Second way is like if you are aware about the column names, like in this particular case we have employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, hire date. So if you know the column names well, if you have that details with you, then you can specifically mention the columns that you actually looking for in the output. For example, let's say I want to see the first name and a gender only from this particular table, then I will use the column name instead of star. So I will say last name comma gender from employee. Okay, so this is how you can write, and if you run this query, you see the relevant output from the select statement. So this was about the select statement. I will show you the one more flavor of it. It is select a distinct statement. So it is select distinct statement. So what happens over here, let's say I have values with a similar name, but I want a unique values out of my column. So in that case I can use the distinct keyword. That way I can only fetch the unique value. For example, if I say I have multiple last names of the fellow or the female, or you can say in the gender I have male and female, all those things, right? So what if I only want those unique number or unique values to be in my output? Like I don't want male and female repeated for thousands of time. I just want it is once, and I want relevant records associated with it, right? So how do I do it? You can follow like this: select distinct, and in the distinct, after distinct you can mention the gender from the employee table. So this is how you can write it, and if you run it you get only two records with the male and the female. But if you mention the first name or last name with it, it will then bifurcate your results into multiple rows, and it will show you like this. See? So this is how this works. You can use the distinct keyword on any specific column where the unique key or the primary key is mentioned, so you can only count distinct values out of it, and that way your analysis will be more closer to the expected results. So this is how you can use the distinct. It is just used to return only a distinct or different values out of a selected column. Okay, so let's move to the next concept. It is nothing but the SQL where clause. So where clause comes in the picture when we want to specify any specific condition. Let's say I have the employee table. I'll quickly run the employee table query for you like this, and if you see here I have the huge table, right? But I want a record which is matching to a specific condition. Let's say we have the hire date. Okay, so if you see the hire date over here, I'll quickly make it a bit larger, and so I see I have the hire date all the way from 1986. Okay, then let's say if I want to see the employees who had hired after 1990, and I don't want the records before 1990, then in that case I will use the where condition, and I will apply that condition on the hire date, where hire date is greater than equal to year of hire date 1990. So I will show that to you. First, this is our main query. Now we will apply the condition where hire date is greater than or equal to year of not like that, but you can mention that also, but instead of this what I'll do, I'll make it on the level of year. For here, year of my hire date is greater than equal to 1990, like this. So now if I run this query, I'll get the records where the employee's hire date is from 1990 onwards, right? So if I run these, I got all the records all the way from 1919. If I want to make it a bit sorted, then I will say order by clause I'll use on hire date, right? Like this, and I'll make it as ascending order. So that way I get records from 1990 all the way till the current date whatever we have in the data set. Okay, so this is how you can use the where clause, and you can also use order by clause on the top of it just to see a sorted results in the output. Okay, so let's jump to the next concept. It is nothing but the AND operator. So I'll make it over here, AND operator. Okay, so when to use AND or this all are logical operator, right? So how to use it? Let's say if you have a multiple condition and you want to combine those condition and you need a results associated with those multiple condition in the output. So to get that done, you can use AND operator to combine two or many condition, as many as you want. So in our case we already created one condition right over here, right? So now if I run this particular query, I will get these records, right? And if you see 1000 rows are returned over here. So let's say I have this first condition with me. Now I want to add a second condition, and my second condition is with gender. I want to see how many females were there, or I just need a female employees who got hired after 1990. So to get that done, I can use the AND condition and put my second condition in SQL query. So I'll quickly show this to you. I'll simply copy and paste, and what I will do, after the where condition I will put AND operator, and I will mention and gender is equal to female. That's it. That's what I wanted to add using the AND operator. Now if I run this particular query, I can see only records with the female employee who got hired after 1990. So looks good, looks great. So far so good. I hope you are also following along with me, or you can practice a parallel to me so that you get a very clear understanding like how to use AND operator and OR. So this is the first way. What if I change this AND with OR? So it will simply follow the similar rule that OR operator follows. So what this will do now, so it will check where the year is greater than 1990. Okay, if it is true, then it will return the record, or if it is false, then it will check whether employee is male or female. So in that case specifically, you see you will get the record if it is a female, and it will ignore the male records. So either this condition is true or this condition is true, it will go with that way. So if I run this query, I get all the records. Now if you see, if the gender is female but the hire date is 1985, because it is satisfying my second condition, it will look for the whatever condition is satisfying and it will return that record. So that's how OR operator works. So hope you got this cleared, and you got the OR operator also. Okay, now you can also think loudly on the NOT operator, like how to use NOT operator in the condition. So basically it is again same as we had used AND operator. So basically this will combine the conditions with the other operator and give the opposite result, also called negative results. So if I say I want to see the employees who are only female, okay, let's say if I copy this particular code, okay, I'm copying it and I'm pasting over here. Now this will return me this query will return me the only female employee records. Okay, but what if I mention a not just before the gender, like this, not gender equal to female? So what will happen? I'll show this to you. If I run this, you see all the male employees are now in the list. So this is doing exactly opposite of our logic. Okay, so not will just do the opposite of our logic. That's why we use not operator basically. Okay, so this is how you can play around with the basic operator and build your logic around your query, and you can retrieve the data as well. So hope you found this basic session useful. You can hit the thumbs up button, share your thoughts in comment section so we can continue with the other concepts in the SQL. Alright friends, so welcome back to my channel. So in this session I am going to cover like how to insert the rows into the table, and update and delete the rows, and how to select the top n rows, and how to do aggregation in the SQL. So watch this entire video till time so that you will get a very good understanding out of it. So let's begin with the first one, which is insert into. So basically we use this function to insert the row into the table. So this contains two parts. So first part is like mention, where you declare the columns where you want to put the amount or insert the row values, and second part is value itself, where you have to mention the values like this. Alright, so I will show you the one example over here. So I will first select star. I will just read the table out of it so that you will be able to relate it a bit better, right? So here I'll mention the employees, select star from the employee, right? Now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns. So let's insert a few records into this particular table. Alright, so I'll use insert into, then employee name, and in the employee name I'll mention the column name like employee number, then birth date, then first name, then last name, then gender and hire date, right? Like this. Then I will mention the values, and in the values I'll mention the values which is specific to my input columns, right? So my first value will be a kind of integer, so I'll mention the 0 0 0 0. Then I'll mention the date, birth date, and it is going to be a kind of date under the string, so I'll mention 2000 01 01. Then I'll mention the first name, which is under the inverted comma, ABC is the first name, and the last name would be XYZ. Just for example I'm showing to you, you can put as per your requirement. Gender is, let's say, male, and hire date is 2004 0101. So if I run this particular command, I get this record to be inserted into table, right? So our table is updated. Now let's see if that record is present into our table or not. So as we know, the employee number is 000, so I do hope ki I'll get very first record with this same record in the table. See, employee number is 0, date of birth, first name, last name, gender and hire date. So hope you found this particular syntax good, and this is how you can insert the rows into the table. Okay, so this is one way. There is another way also where you can put the multiple rows, or even you can insert the multiple row. Only one thing you have to do, you have to put these values with the updated values in the same. Let's say if this is already updated, then we will do 001, then I'll copy it again, I put the value say 002, then 003. So we don't need to mention the values every time. If you simply make it a comma between all these, and if you run this will updated. See, our records are updated now. And if you run this query again, you see our records are now reflecting into the table like this. So this is how you can insert the multiple rows into the table. Okay, so just jump on the next is null value. It is just to identify whether you have any null values into the row or not. So now we will see the null values. Null value is specifically for the looking out for the value of any specific column, if it is null or not. So we use is null and not null commands to look for, to specifically look for this criteria. I will show you one example over here. So let's say select star from employees, and if I run this particular query, so I see this table, right? Let me make it a bit larger. See, I am able to see the table, but now I want to see if any specific column is having a null value or not. So how do I check that one? So I put where condition, and let's say the first name, I'll say first name is null. That's it. If my first name is null, I get those record, but I don't have those record in the table, that's why I'm not getting anything. But if you want to see if any null is there or not, you can use this particular function to look for it. Our next topic is update. So update is refers to update the existing rows, right? Let's say I have this particular table, and I want to update the employee name of the employee number 1. I want to update it into my table. It is XYZ ABC, like first name is ABC. So let's say I want to update my record. How do I do that? So it is very simple syntax. You simply have to use the update command. Update, then you have to mention the table name, update the table name, and you have to then use the set function, set, and then you have to mention the column name which you want to update. So in our case it is first name, so I'm going to change the value under the first name is going to be let's say BC and D. So this is going to be my first name. Okay, and you can also mention the last name, like one after another, like you can mention last name equal to, let's say, EFG. Okay, where now this is the main part where my employee number is equal to, is going to be, let's say 1. If my employee number is 1, then apply these changes to this particular row. So my employee number 1 have the first name with ABC and last name with XYZ, and if I run this command, it will update the name. So it got updated, and let's see for the logs now. Let me run the query. So if you see here, my employee number 1 has the first name BCD and last name is EFG. So our first update has been completed, right? Similarly, you can delete the row from the table. It is as same as the update command. I'll quickly show this to you. So here you don't need to bother on like how to do it or how to make it. It is as simple as the way we update the rows. So in update we use update, so in delete we use delete. And then you have to mention from table name, delete from table name, and you have to mention the condition and the column name over here also. So how to do that? Where delete from table name, where my employee number equal to 1. If I run this command, my row will get delete from the table, right? Alright, so I'll quickly show that to you by running the select star from employee command. See, we have employee 0, 1, 0, 2, 3. My employee number 1 is gone. Okay, so this is how you can make it. Again, you can insert the same. If you run this particular query, your employee record will get updated into it, right? So I'll quickly run this, and now I will run the select command. See, my employee number 1 is back. I will again update the values under the employee number 1. My record is updated, and if I again see, I got my employee 1 record back in the table. And if you want to delete, you can again delete it, right? So this is how you can play around with the SQL. It is not that difficult as you see. So to select top has the different things, like it is used when you want to see for a top rows belongs to specific criteria. Let's say you want to see the top employee performance wise, top employee number wise, top employee hire date wise, or no who are serving company since long time. You want to see the top employees who are with the company since long time. So that kind of criteria you can mention and use this particular top function to look for the relevant data. Unfortunately, in MySQL you cannot use top 20, top 30 as a function directly, though you can use that in a Microsoft environment where you can directly use it. But in MySQL you have to go with the limit option, and you have to put the limit as 10 or 20. I'll quickly show you. So I'll say select star from employees, and I'll run this. So to more appropriate way to show, I'll work on the salary, then I'll look for the salary. I think that would be a better way to show top end record salary wise. I want to see the employee with highest salary, like top 10 employee with the highest salary, something like that. So I have employee number, salary from date and to date. So here I want to see the top 10 employee having the highest salary. So how do I do that? You can simply write this command where you don't need to mention the where. Actually you can say order by salary, descending order, and limit 10. If you run this, what will happen? Salary will be reshuffled and the highest salary will come first and lowest salary will be last row of the table, because you are using the descending order and you are putting the limit 10. That means it will only retrieve the first 10 records from the table. And yeah, we are good with this, and this is the first 10 rows of the top salaried employee. Okay, so this is how you can use the top function or top n. You can get it, and in the MS SQL you can directly use top 10 or top 20 like that and mention the column name. So this is all about the top. Now the next one is the aggregate function. So there are many more aggregate function like sum, max, mean, count, average, and all that thing, and you will have to use that along with the group by, because you cannot show sum of salary for a specific employee. You have to group the employee name itself to get the sum of salary across all month, if that granularity is present in the data. But max, what we can do, we can make it on the level of department. Like we can see sum of salary uh, of the employees, like over the department. Like for this particular department, what is the total sum or what is the total salary of this employee belong to the specific department, like that. So you can mention that, you can do that, right? So it is as simple as, I'll quickly show you one example. So let's see, we have the employee table, and I will see if we have any chances to make the, okay, let's do this way. So I will say sum of salary, select star from salaries. Okay, if I run this, I get the salary, right? So I want to see the salary of the employee, total sum of salary of the employee, all employees. So what I'll do, I will make it as sum of salary, and before that I'll mention the employee number, and I will group it by employee number. So I'll get a distinct employee number across a table, and I'll get the total salary of that employee which has been generated till the mentioned dates. Group by employee number, order by sum of salary, and descending order. So that is fine. Let's run this particular query and see the result. So this is how you can retrieve the total sum of salary for each employee, like this. So this is how you can get the average, mean, max salaries from the table. So you can try that with your data set. So I hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button, share your thoughts in comment section, and we'll see you in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
So, hello friends, welcome back again to my channel. So, in today's video, I'm going to cover few important operators in SQL that is very useful whenever you build any SQL query or logic. So, our first operator is like. How to use like and why to use like is the reason behind it is used to capture a specific pattern from the specific column if you want to retrieve a specific records belong to specific number or specific character or specific name, you can use like operator. So how do you use it? I'll give you an example. Let's say we have a employee table. So I'll quickly run the query for employees table like this. If I run this query, I get the whole table, right? I will have to first enable my database. So here, uh, I'll first run the employees table and retrieve the records from the first table like this. Yeah. Now let's say I want to get the records where employee name is starting from key, right? So in that situation, I will use where employee name like, and it will start with K. So I will say and percent K, right? And if I run this query, I get the records where employee name is only starting from K. Okay. I will have to make my spelling mistake. I will just correct it. Now I run the query. Now I got the answer, right? So let me check what is gone wrong in this particular. So if you see the last character is K, so that ampersand shows, yeah. Now this pattern like K then percentage sign, it will, what this will do, it will look for the character name in the first name which is starting from K. Same if I put at the front like before K, it will look for the K character at the end of the string. So now if I run this query, you see all the first names are starting from the K. So likewise, you can look out for the specific pattern and retrieve the relevant records from the table. I will repeat the same example again, copy, and I'll quickly paste my query. And let's say now if I say ampersand and then A. So here what I'm trying to do, the pattern is starting from K and ending at A. So I want the names of the employee which are starting from K and ending at K, A. So let's see if we have any records or not. So if you see here, we can see the first name is starting from A, right? And if I want to achieve the second scenario, so I'll put the AND condition. Then first name like ampersand K. So if I run this query, I get the records. But unfortunately, we don't have such pattern available. That's why it is showing you like this. So if I type E or something, I get the thing. The employee first name starting with A and ending at E. So this is how you can use the like operator. Similarly, you can also use the in operator if you have multiple conditions or if you have multiple names. So how do I do it? Let's say in operator is as like as work as a or in the same situation. So if I say select star from employee where employee number in, now I'll put the conditions over here, right? Employee numbers in 10190, comma 10317. Let's say if I put the two condition. So what I'm trying to do, I'm to retrieve the employee number with these two value from the table. Similarly, I can put as many as if I want. See, I got only two record based on the in condition, whatever I have put. So basically, in operator allow you to specify the multiple value in a where clause. That is what the main role of in operator. Similarly, we have the between operator. Let's say I want to get a list of employee of higher date between 2000 to 2002. Only I want that. So I will have to put, I mean, I can use the between operator to write the query. So I'll quickly write the query for you. Select star from employees where higher date. Now I can say year of higher date, right? Between 2000 and 2002. That's it. If I run this query, I get the records have higher date between 2000 and 2002. If I run this, okay, I got the error because I think this is the dot here. Now I will run the query. Let me look for the employee table first. So this minor things comes in picture. Yes, now it's correct. See, I got the record from 2000 to 2002, whatever is there. Okay, and if I use OR operator, it will take either of these. But in the between, you cannot use OR operator. You always have to go with the AND operator. Okay, if I make 2003 and 2004, then I will see. See, we only have a record from 2003, and if I make it 2004, so this is how you can debug your code, whether it is retrieving the relevant record or not. But somehow it is not showing because there is no record in 2003. Oh, London, that's fine. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button and share your thoughts in comment section. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.
So in today's video, I am going to cover one of the important topic in the SQL, and which is asked in almost every interview of SQL, and that topic is the joins. So it is one of the most important concept in SQL, and this is gonna help you to build a views, a tables, a relationship between different tables, a prepare a proper data models, and all that things. So mainly there are four different type of joints are in SQL. The most popular joint is like a left joint, right joint, then inner joint, and full outer joint. So these are the four main type of joints, and later there are two main types also, like self joint and cross joints, which is also known as a Cartesian product joint. So join works on a very basic principle of one to one relationship and one to many relationship, right? So when I say a relationship between one to one and one to many, so it refers to the relationship between the value of the table A to the relationship with the value of table B. To just explore this a bit, I'll explain you, or I'll take you through one scenario. Let's say in the table A I have 1 2 3 4 5. Let's say I have 1 2 3 4 and 4 in table A, and I have another table called B, and here I have 1 2 3 4, only 4. Okay, so when I join these two table, and let's say I have these two common attributes out of it. It's a primary key, and for table A it's a foreign key for from the table B column, right? So when it comes to one to one or one to many relationship, it is just establish a connection between one and the matching value of the uh, no second table of the one. So if I say left join, so what will happen? Let's consider my table A is a left side table and table B is a right side table, right? So when I perform a left join and I pass these two column to be two into the condition basically, so what will happen? This one will be connect with the one of the target table, right? Like this. Then it will check if the one is again there in the table B or not. If it is not there, then our joining condition or our joining output will return the output as a 1 for this one. Then it will look for the 2, and it will check whether how many 2's are there. So if it is two, more than 2 2's, it's fine, it will create that much output. Or if it is only 1 2, then we get another number into our output is 2. Then again it will look for the next value 3. It will check whether 3 is present in the target table or not, and if it is present then it will return that into the output as a 3. Then same, it will go to 4. Again it will check how many 4s are there, it will check and see it found the 1 4, then it will come here and it will generate 1 4. But very next value is again 4, right? So this 4 will again look for the whether 4 is present in the target table or not. So he found 1 4, so that way it will generate one more 4. So that is a one to many relationship. Let's say if I have multi for 4s are there, let's say if I have 4 4 and 4, 3 times 4, right? So what will happen, for each time this 4 will come, it will check he found 1 4, 2 4 and 3 4, so it will generate 3 4s, 1 2 3. And same for the next 4 from table A, it will look for how many matching 4s are there, so it matches 1 2 3 and 4. So like that it will again generate the output of 1 2 3 4, like that, correct? So this is how the join works, like one to many into one to many relationship and all. So it applies similar rules to the right hand side join. Let's say if my table B is the right side table and the table A is the left side table, then again it will do the same, it will follow the same uh, conditions over here. Like it will check how many ones are there, if found 1 then 1, again it will comes to 2, next value, and likewise for all 4s. So your output will somewhat as same as this one, only the sequence may differ, like from table value to value. So this is all about the left join and the right join. So when it comes to the inner joint, it will simply look for the common values between these two tables. Let's say I have 1 2 3 4 as a common value and 1 2 3 4 as a common value. So my output will be a distinct value, distinct common value, you can say. It will be 1 2 3 4. So this will be my output of the inner join. And when it comes to the full outer join, it is just a one to many relationship between all the values, irrespective whether it is matching or not matching, it does not matters. It will simply create the relationship between all the values from one table to the all the values from consequent table, like the target table, like this. So for 1 I'll get 1 2 3 all these records, for 2 again I'll get the same, for 3 again I will get the same record. So it will be like total row will be 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 into 4 5 6 7, 5 into 7, so total output for the full outer join equal to 5 into 7. That will be the total output in the rows. Okay, so that's how join works. And when it comes to self join, again it will apply the same logic on the self. Let's say if I apply the self join on a table A and the table A itself, then what will happen, a new line will create like this. So it will create, okay, 1 is there, 1 2 1 3 1 4 4 4. So like that it will join to himself and will create the total output like this. And it is only for matching one. Again next value will be 1 with the 2, then 2 with the 2, 3 with the 3, 4 with the 4, like that. It will create the all the combination of from one column to another column and create total number of rows will be 1 2 3 4 5, 5 into 5, 20 records will be there, because it will generate all the combination from 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 4, like that. Again it will come to 2, then 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 4. So like that it will create all the combination and total number of rows will be the 20 for this particular situation. And the Cartesian product is again same stuff. It will again create a one to many relationship between all the pairs and will generate the output. So that's how the join works. Hope this point is clear to you. So I will quickly show you some practical scenarios where you can apply the join. So if you come to this our workbench, SQL workbench, so we have the employees table, if I run the employee table, uh, we have actually a total count of 30,000 rows, right? So if I see, if I only look for the relevant values in the employee table, okay, if I run the full query to just see how many columns are there and all, in employee tables. So see, we have the employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender and hire. Let's say we want to see the salary of the employee. As salary is not there, I'll quickly check what columns we do have in the salary table. And if I run this query, I have employee number, like employee ID, it is refers to employee number, salary from date and to date. So I have employee number. So what I can do, I can create a join condition between the salary table and the employee table, and I can get the table integrated, uh, I mean the table of salaries get integrated into employees table, right? So I'll say select star from employees. I'll make an alias as emp, and then I'll put the joint condition left join, and I will mention the target table salaries as sal on emp dot emp number equal to salary dot emp number. So I am putting this condition, actually what is happening, the way I explained here, right? So we have these two columns and we have to pass the condition where this column is equal to this column, only then it will try to put or try to create the relationship between the underlying values, right? So same I am doing here. I am just making the condition where my employee number from salary table is equal to the employee number in the employee table. Okay, then if I run this query, I'll get all the table data plus I get the data from the salary also, right? Here if you see here, I'm getting the salary information also, if you see this particular, and you may also see there are some null values here, right? So the reason behind this null, I have some employee numbers which I manually added in our previous session, which is not present into the salary table. That's why the salary table don't have those details, those salary information into that table. That's why we can see the null over here. So that is completely fine. Okay, now if you see, I applied the left join, right, and I got this result. And let's say if I want to only retrieve the relevant columns from it, as we covered in the very first session, I can only call out the emp dot emp number as employee id, then I can call the first name I'll make it as a emp dot first name as if name, and salary dot salary as salary. I am only retrieving the 3 columns over here, and if I run this query, I get the only 3 records out of each. So look simple, easy. So you can change your conditions as per your requirement. Here you can again put down the condition where sal dot salary is greater than 5,000 or something. So if the salaries are greater than 5,000, I will get those records into my query only, like this. So you are totally free to manipulate your query, or no, do those things from your side also. So this is how you can create join, and you can retrieve the relevant values. Now you can see there is a records like multiple employee id has a different salary. The reason behind this is we I have the historical data like employee joined on X salary, but over the period of time he got incremented and his salary got changed year over year. So that's why we have the multiple salaries there for different employees, right? So to fix this, what you can do, you can only call out the max salary and group it by the employee ID. So that way it will help you to get the latest salary of employee. How to do that? It is very simple. Only one thing you have to do. If you see sal dot salary, this one, so only you have to mention max sal over here. So it will only look for the max salary, and here you can group by the emp number like this, and emp dot first name like that. So if you run this now, you will get the relevant answer from your side. See, you got the answer. Now you got the latest salary of all employees, right? For this employee you have this salary, for second this, third this, likewise you got all the latest salary. Similarly you can get the very initial salary. Instead of max you can use min, as we covered in the aggregation or aggregate function session. I only shown the sum of salary, but you can use the same aggregation function like max salary or min salary to get the minimum salary of that employee or maximum salary or current salary of the same employee. Like that you can develop your logic around and prepare your data accordingly. So this is we created a left join. Similarly you can go with the right join if you want to get more detail towards the salary table. And if I run this again, you get the same stuff. It is not different, as the data is same, it will show you the same stuffs only. And even if you go the full outer join like this outer join, or let's say full outer join, it is same. Some syntactical changes are there. So again it will show you the okay, but that's fine, you can try that your own, like it is not big deal. So it is same like this, and you can run the queries, correct, like this. So similar, I'll leave this to you, like you can try the self joint and the natural joint and full auto joint to you can try that with your data set and explore how output you are getting. All right, so this is all about the joints. If you have any doubt, question, you can definitely ask me in the comment section. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye. My channel. So in today's video, I am going to show you how to use union function in the SQL if you are using the union, and I'll help you with the union and the join differences. Basically, joining is nothing but we are adding the two tables and integrating the table in horizontal way, where table get additional columns from the not respective tables that we joined with, and we get more granular details of the same data. But union is a kind of different operation. It is integrating the table in horizontal way. I mean, integrating the table in the vertical way. We don't add any specific columns or columns details into the existing data. Rather, we update our rows into the existing table. But to follow this, we need to be satisfied with the three conditions. The conditions are very straightforward and simple. The condition number one is like whatever columns the table one have, it should be same column name. I mean, it is fine if column name is not different, but the same column numbers should be there in the target table, and the data type of all the columns or all the fields should be matching with the respective fields on in the both table. And the third condition is more likely the order of the fields should be same in the both table. Okay, so order, data type, and uh, orders should be same. Okay, so union is very simple.
we it combines the two different select statements and return the output. Okay, so let's take one example. If I have a employees table, let's say I have employee table, though I will quickly type a query, select star from employees, and if I run this query, I get huge data, right? Employees. If I run this query, I got this data, right? As usual, this data has a 30,000 rows, and the business requirement is like they want to see the top 10 and bottom 10 employees who had hired earliest and recently. So how do I do that? I can either go by limiting 10, like limit 10, and I will put the order by higher date, descending order. Like this is how I can write the query and can retrieve the employee who has recently got hired over in the company. And similarly, I can write the query and retrieve the earliest hired employees who had joined the company at the very beginning time where company was pretty new. So I can simply make it that ascending order. And if I run this query, I'll get the this is the top 10 employees who had hired very early phase. So now uh, I will have to combine these two statements with the help of union because I cannot join it. I have the similar column structure, similar data type organized. So this is what matching our union condition. So union, if I simply type union between these two select statement and if I run, then this will return me the error. The reason behind this error is as this table is a same and we are limiting it by 10, so limit doesn't directly work with union, so that we will have to use this main query into the inner query. So I'll quickly make it. It is very straightforward. Select star from, this is going to be our inner query as recent hires, and similarly I will do for the another query which is as the bottom and as earliest higher. Okay, so if I run this query, what this will do, it will combine the both result into single output and we get 20 records in the output. So this is how you can use the union function. And if you have different scenarios, you can even use the union all. So slight differences between union and union all. So difference is now this particular table is union with this second table, right? So if I have any duplicate records in the output of both of this query, and if I am using union, then union will only consider the distinct record. It will exclude the duplicate record from the output. But at the same time, if I am using union all, it will keep the both record in the output. And even if we have the duplicate records, it will show one after another. So that's the difference between the union and union all. So basically, this union and union all we use to integrate or add rows from any specific target table to our main table if we need those rows to be updated into the main data set. It always depends on the scenario and the criteria that we are going through while building the data models and all. So this is one of the essential concept where you can explore more about the union and union all. You can try this with your dummy data and your real data. So it is just uh, as simple as a join. Even if you want to add more conditions over here like order by where or group by, you can explore it and you can definitely try to union them and get the relevant data in the output. So that's it for the day. Hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Till then, I will see you in the next video. So as we discussed in our last session, we had done with the union, and previous to that we had also done with a join operation. So now we are going to discuss more about the group by statement. So the group by statement
is basically groups the rows with reference to specific value, or it return the summary of the rows. Okay, and basically we will have to use any one aggregate function along with the group by function, so that it will return a relative, a referential, or respective uh, aggregation on that row. So basically, it will come with the count, max, mean, sum, and average, and we can group them and return it with reference to specific field in the table. So how do I do that, or how do we can make the group by statement more understandable? So I'll share one example with you guys. Okay. So let's say I have a employees table, select star from employees. So this is my very basic select statement. If I run this, I see I have the employee number, but date birth, first name, last name, gender, and all. Okay. So let's see. My criteria is business want to see the total count of employee with reference to gender. So they want to see how many are male and how many are female into our data set, right? So how do we do this? So very first thing, like they want to see the count of the employee with reference to gender, correct? So it is very clear that we have to use a group by gender. So this is our first step. Then we will look for the count of employee, right? So we will go and select, uh, make it a aggregation function in select statement, like select, then gender, because in the output we want to see a gender wise, right? Then we will use count of employee number as total employee from employee table. This is our employee table. So I'll quickly make it over here. So if I run this particular select statement, I'll get the result, right? If I run this, I get the gender column, male and female, and in front of gender, I got total 179,000 employees in the male and 120,000 in the female. But honestly speaking, if I do the count star of the employee, if I run this query, definitely I will get the total count. Let me do it again. Not sure what is gone wrong. So let me run this, because earlier it has shown me some output. Okay, let it be. Because we have a 30,000 rows only in the table, and this particular statement what we are currently running is not showing us the correct results. Reason why we have employees got incremental salaries over the period, and we have multiple record with the same employee number. So instead of count, we can do the count distinct like this. And now if I run this query, it will show me the correct results. So it is showing me some error. All right. So basically, count is not directly available here. So instead of that, we can do the count distinct on employee number. So if I run this query now, then I get the result. So anyway, if this is the result, then that is fine. As per the data set, we are getting this count in the for male and the female, right? So this is how you can make the group by function, and you can write the relevant SQL queries. Okay, so you can make it you can also look for the total salary for of the employee across the year, or the total department number of employees across the department, like that. So if I can make it, let me see if we have anything in the department, employee departments. Select star from departments. So if I see, I have the department number, name. Okay, that is fine. So we had already created one scenario here. If you see here, we have the maximum salary of the employee who has salary is greater than 5,000. So if I run this query, I get this result. So here also we are using the group by on the employee number, because we want to get the max salary of the specific employee only, and I am retrieving the of employee first name also. So I will have to group by the first name as well along with the employee number. So that's how you can use the group by. And if you have any additional criteria over here, then that you can mention it having, using having. Let's say if I make it having salary, salary is less than 40,000. Now if I run this query, so what will happen? I'll quickly show that to you. So this will return me the error. The reason behind the error is we already mentioned one condition in the where clause, right? So if we have any additional condition, either we can mention it here or we can mention in the having. So in the both way we cannot mention. Why? Because uh, group by function is aggregating the things and returning the results. And if we have any further conditions to be applied, then either we can apply it here, or we can mention that into the where clause itself. But we cannot use the having and the where clause one after another, right? Because we will have to rearrange it. I'll quickly show you like how to do that. Uh, as what happens, like if you are using the group by, then you can use having. But as we are using the max salary to get highest salary of the employee, the having clause should refer to the aggregated value of the salary directly. So that is the only reason why we are not able to do it. So this one is the corrected version of the query. I'll quickly paste it over here. Yes. So here I'm selecting star from employee. Hire date is 2023. That is different thing. So select employee number, first name, and max salary from the employee table. I am doing the left join on the employee, and I'm putting the where condition. Okay. So having salary, instead of having salary, I will have to pass max salary is less than 40. So now this query will work as per the expectation. So as usual, we don't have any higher salary or less than 40,000. So let's make it a 10,000. So hope we have someone with the highest salary of 10,000. No, we don't have 1,000. Let's make it 1,000. No, even 1,000 we do not have. So let's make it a greater than 1,000. Okay, so having greater than 10,000. So that way, at least we get some records just to understand like if we have our query running up and running. Okay, so my condition was false. That's why one way I was mentioning the salary is greater than 5,000. Another side I was mentioning it should be lesser than 10, 1,000. So that's fine. So this is how you can run the query and see the group by and having and where condition you are using side by side. But make sure in the having you are putting the condition precisely which you are mentioning into the inner query. You cannot use a salary and then perform the aggregation because it disturbs the order of operation into the SQL. So that's the way you can use the group by and having function and write your own query. So hope you found this video useful. Hit a thumbs up button, share your thoughts in the comment section. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Come back to my channel. So in today's session, I'm going to cover the one of the important concept which is called exist in SQL. So basically we use it to retrieve the relevant records from the main table if the respective record does exist in any other table. If that records are not exist, then our main table will not return the relevant records from the our main table. So basically it works in the two layer. So first we have the main table and we have the used data in the main table, let's say. And we want to go through a specific criteria in the table B, but we don't want that table B to be involved directly or indirectly to the actual query. So in that situation, what we can do, we can use the exist operator. If the specified records exist in the table B, then our table A will return the relevant output. That's the main intention behind it. So in other words, I can say exist operator in SQL is used to check whether subquery return any row or not. And based on that test scenario, it does return the actual records from the another table. Okay, so I will walk you through one example so that it will be a bit easy to understand for you guys. So let me open my SQL. So here we have the department name and the employees table. Okay, and here we have two tables in our list. Okay, so let's say we want to find the employee who worked in the at least one department, and we could see the exist operator to check the employee in the employee table. If there is a corresponding entry in the department table, then we get the full record of the employee from the employees table, right? So I will quickly write a query, and you can also try along with me so that we both get uh, more understanding on it. So first condition we will put over here. Okay, select one from department employee where department employee dot employee number equal to emp dot emp number. So here I'm creating a one where condition, and I'm simply checking if my employee number from employee table is present in the department department table. If that is one, then I can say I can execute the whole record for that particular employee from the employees table. So this is our the internal query which is going to be part of the exist statement, and I will write the first main query. Select, I can say select star from employee table. Okay, where, and here I will put exist. So if I run this particular query in this fashion, in this way, I get the output. So in exist, I will have to put the uh, inner query into the bracket, so it will consider as an internal query. So if I run this particular query, I get the result. If I run this, I get the employee number, date of birth, first name, last name, and hire date. Let's say I only want first name and last name, then I can simply mention my column names in the star and I can retrieve it. So this is how the internal query works, right? If you want to see the output of this one, you can explore it. How? I'll quickly show that to you. It is just simple join condition. You can apply and look for that. It is not that much difficult. So I will say select star from uh, department EMP and left join on employees EMP left join on emp dot number equal to uh, department emp number, like this. So if you run this query, this will return some results if that is true. So this will return the results. Basically what we are doing, we are simply joining and putting the condition if my employee number is present in department employee number, and if it is true, it will return the records, and thus output is the same. And I'm using exist operator on the top of this result to look for the employee number, and if it is exist, then only I can get the entire record for that respective employee. So that is how you can use exist operator in SQL and create your own views and custom queries or data model. Hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye. Hey, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to cover the case statement in SQL. So basically, case statement is used to do certain manipulation or adding certain details to the existing data, and you can use it to your further validation or visualization or any other purpose, and you can create a very relevant data model out of it. So I will just walk you through one of the example. It is as like as a if else statement, but you can put down the many conditions and no name those conditions are true. If those are true, then you can name this or can add additional details to the existing data as a new field. So I will walk you through one example, and the example is on the salary table basically. And here, if I run the full query on salaries table like this, like star from salaries table, then you see you have a huge list of salaries like employee number, salary from date to date and all. So what if I want to create a bucket on the salary range where if let's say my salary is more than 60,000, then it is going to be very high salary. If it is somewhat lies between the 20,000 and 60,000, it is a medium salary, and a less than 20,000 is going to be low salary. So I'm going to add this additional detailing on my existing data, and to achieve it I can use the case statement also, right? So how to do that, I'll quickly show you. I'll create one simple case statement. As we are going to add additional column, then I will create a case statement between the select and the from clause in my SQL query. All right, so here I'll say case, and I will hit enter when salary, I have the salary column, when salary is um, greater than 20,000 and salary is less than 60,000, then high, correct? Then when salary is less than 20,000, then it is going to low. The second condition is low and first condition is medium, and if my both conditions are false, that means if salary is somewhat more than 60,000, then it is going to be high salary. And I'm going to end this case statement and make it as salary bucket. So I have named the column as a salary bucket, and I'm going to complete my statement here. So if I run this query, I'll get one additional column right over here, and that column will show me whether salary lies in high bucket, medium bucket or low bucket. So if I run this query from here, I got one additional column, and you can see you have, if the salary is greater than 60,000, it is high. It is less than or equal to, I mean, it is between 20,000 to 40,000, then the salary is medium. And if it is less than 20,000, definitely you will find a low also somewhere in the bottom or somewhere in the data set. So that's how you can use the case statement. So this is all about it. You can explore many other functions along with the case statement. I just tried to give a very simple and easy to understand example, but you can always explore it more to get more granular, or you can add more granular detail to your existing data and create a relevant data models. So that's it for the day, guys. Hope you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button and share your thoughts in the comment section. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.